Welcome to episode 16 of Film Never Lies. You'll see here, we're not in the normal set. We're in San Francisco, California, covering the Super Bowl right now. And quite honestly, we got a two-part special Super Bowl week. I thought none other better place to be than Radio Row. Radio Row here is one of the craziest football atmospheres, media-wise, you can go to. I mean, people walking around, there's stars, there's media guys, there's sets everywhere. It's pretty special. Just, you know, if you're a football fan, you kind of get that vibe of how much it matters to so many people from so many different walks of life. But for this part one episode, we're going to stick with Seattle. Two guys that are very good friends of mine. The first guy is going to be Bryan Walters, who played on both Super Bowl teams. B-Walt was really a cool figure in that locker room. Kind of ask him what his experience has been, because quite frankly, it's been very strange for me having to relive the loss of that Super Bowl all week, and I'm sure it's going to continue on. And then secondly, we have a pretty infamous sports psychologist, Michael Gervais, coming on. Dr. Gervais was a huge influence in my career. Again, I would consider him a personal friend. Just a special individual, and he was one of the big reasons for that Seahawks culture when we won. And fast forward, he was recently hired by the current Seattle team and has really got his fingerprints a lot on this team as well. So he was hired again by John Snyder and Mike MacDonald. We're going to kind of get into that. Again, pretty profound individual, someone who's really inspired me. And that's episode 16 of Film Never Lies. We're back, Radio Row, Film Never Lies. Beside me is a man named Bryan Walters. And producer Rob has a slew of photos of me and B-Walt back in the day. First and foremost, show the ring off. My guy brought his ring. Look at that thing.
First and foremost,
look
show
at this
yours
thing.
off. Where
it's
is
in
it?
the hotel right now. I did bring it.
Jeez, it's
I'm
like
saving
one
it for
job, man.
I know.
One job.
Look at this
Super
thing.
Bowl week. You don't even wear your ring.
I kind of.
Gosh,
B-Walt,
it's very
good to see
disappointing.
you.
But yes, it is nice to be able to rock this thing.
Yeah. I got a lot of questions for you, though, man. Last week, when you're watching the game, what kind of emotions did it bring up having the whole, like, and you're in the Seattle area, you're in the media, having to play, of all teams, New England?
Well, I just knew what the week was the 2 weeks was going to hold. I knew we were going to have to see that replay over and over again. Everyone's going to ask you, what do you do on the 1 yard line? Why did you do this? Why didn't you run the ball? All week, all the last 2 weeks, that's what everyone's asking. And you just knew it would bring up those memories. But at the same time, it's kind of a fun little story, I guess, and it doesn't matter. No one's playing anymore that we played with. So two fresh teams, two fresh coaches, two fresh everything, really. So, you know.
Can I ask you this? So, have you learned anything about that play that you're like, oh, I didn't know, based on this week?
No, nothing. I've learned nothing about it that I didn't already know about.
Can I throw one in? Maybe you knew this. Maybe I'm the last guy of the party.
I want to hear this.
I'm on fucking Twitter.
Okay.
And it's like, here we go. And I'm like, it's a New England thing talking about the play. Have you watched this video?
The videos that,
I didn't realize that Browner switched off to press. So they were in man, obviously, but Browner's man was Ricardo Lockett. Butler was on Curse. Browner on the field was like, no, I'm taking the point here.
Yeah, I mean,
did that surprise you at all?
No, I mean, that's a common thing, though, right? Press the point, topper, or the back guy is going to take the, I mean, it's a common coverage that you practice a lot, I feel like. So, and Browner's always going to press the point.
Of course.
Always.
So, like, I think what annoyed me a little bit when I saw it is, like, we knew Brandon quite well, and he's obviously one of the best jam corners, or was in the game.
Browner, when I had to go up in one-on-ones against Browner, obviously we were teammates, it was like, if he got one finger on you, I was jammed 5 yards to the sideline. It was absurd. So that was the thing about Browner. Once he got his hands on you, it's all over. So really nothing Kurtz could do in that situation.
Let's talk now about Seattle. You're obviously in the local media there. You're following them all year. I'm from afar, covering the team out of Toronto. My question to you would be, it seems like the city is back alive with this team. Like, I go back to that year right there specifically. And one of the stories I talk about all the time was in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. It was the first time I ever had a one-on-one session with our sports psychologist, Mike Gervais. Shout out Mike Gervais. He's lingering around here somewhere.
He's here somewhere, yeah.
I got to get him on here. Okay, and I remember sitting there, I was 23, I'm young as shit, and I'm like, I can't, like, the pressure of that game was palpable all week, it felt like. It was a rivalry. We hadn't won that yet. the Legion of Boom had an iconic year. And I was like, dude, I got to get my mentals right. The city was electric. Yeah. Obviously, we won. I'll never forget that ride home. I felt like there was a lull probably, post-2016. Is that a fair statement?
Oh, yeah.
And would you say the city's back to the 2013 level?
Yeah, I would say it's 100% back. But going back to that game, I mean, what even made that game the more exciting is, dude, we all knew it was a Super Bowl.
Yes.
We really did. You knew that the winner of that game was going to win the Super Bowl.
100%.
It was just the NFC, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Pete Carroll versus Harbaugh. I always like to say that Richard Sherman and Doug Baldwin versus Harbaugh as well. That little storyline, his old college coach. You just knew that was it, and that's where the excitement all came from, the big rivalry. And, 2016, I was with Jacksonville at the time. I wasn't in Seattle, but it just here's what I will say. I've been covering the team for about 4 years now. Kind of got back into it. The first 2 years or so, even a little bit last year, like home games weren't the same. And you would look out over at behind the opposing team's benches, and it'd be like a sea of red. You see a sea of whatever the opposing team color is, and it would be loud.
Yes.
For when the offense is on the field, when Seahawks, it would be loud because there's so many opposing fans. But they cracked down on that this year. They sent emails to season ticket holders.
I'm a season ticket holder, so I know.
You got the email?
Yeah, I got the email.
Yeah, you're the guy.
You're
the guy selling the other team. No.
I am not selling shit. I always felt like even though I'm in Toronto, I need to have tickets for people that took care of me or people that are in town.
It's good. It's a good move.
Veteran move. I give all my tickets out for free, minus one game.
You sold them.
Well,
to a Rams fan.
Actually, no. Timeout. They were kind of expensive for the NFC Championship game. There was a TSN member, and we cut a deal.
Nice.
So I thought I gave him a pretty sweetheart deal.
Tickets?
He's a diehard. Shout out Hound Dog Harrison. He was there.
Hound Dog Harrison.
Yeah,
I like that. Did you give him that nickname?
He's the fucking man.
That's good.
He's the biggest Seahawks fan in the country.
Is it crazy how expensive tickets are now?
Crazy.
Remember our Super Bowl tickets? I think were like what, $700 to buy?
No, $1,500.
Oh.
What? Yes.
All right. Well,
what did you think they were?
$1,500. Well, regardless, they're like triple that now.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I was shocked. I got because again, I buy the season tickets at the beginning of the year, but then all of a sudden I'm like on my credit card, I'm like, why do I have a $900 charge? I'm like, and again, we're Canadian here, so it's USD. I'm like, what is going on? Then it was like, oh, it's 2 tickets to the NFC Championship game.
And they just
I think it was,
auto charge.
I think it was $436 each, so it wasn't quite $900.
That's
but
not too bad.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
So we need you at games, man. We need you out there. We had a little reunion before the NFC Championship game.
I'm working. I'm grinding.
I know
dude.
you are. Luke, you're everywhere, man. You're doing a good job, too.
TSN, man, right
TSN,
there.
TSN, baby. Doing a good job.
B-Walt, prediction for this game.
This is a good one. Here's what I think. I'm going to give two scenarios, okay? I'm going to go, it's not going to be anything else but either a Seahawks blowout or New England's going to win a close one.
That makes my heart sink. That makes my heart sink.
I do. And here's, look, Seahawks are a better team. Seahawks are a better team.
Agreed.
On stats,
I know
on
you're
paper,
going with this.
On everything. Where am I going with this?
I keep going.
No, I want to know where I'm going
You're
with
going
this.
coaching, aren't you?
No, I'm not going
Details,
coaching. I think Coach MacDonald's
football.
No, I'm
then
not.
How are we going to lose a close game?
I just think you're either going to notice right away that the talent is just so much better for the Seahawks, and it's just going to be a blowout. But the second that New England starts to hang on and realize they can play with Seahawks, it's just, you know how that goes, man. Anything goes.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks have been very, I'm not going to say fortunate because they make the plays, but all season long they've had like one big play that really changes the outcome of a game. You had the Rashid punt return against the Rams. They should have lost that game. If that doesn't happen,
they should have lost that game.
They don't win that game.
Yes, agreed.
You have, look, I'm not the saying they would have lost to the Steelers because they wouldn't have. They were still up by a touchdown, but you had a crazy recovered fumble in the end zone on a kickoff that made it out of reach.
Yes.
And you just had little plays.
Carolina was 3-3 at half.
3-3 at half.
Agreed.
3-3 at half. And that's just kind of the way I've saw it this season is they've always had that kind of one or two huge game-changing plays. And look, it could happen, absolutely, but I don't think you can count on it all the time. But look, Seahawks are a better team. That's regardless. The Seahawks are a better team. And I think they'll come out on top, but I do think it could either be a lot like our Super Bowl in 2013, which is a blowout, maybe not that bad. But it could come down to the wire, and I think it would be a tough one for the Seahawks to do it again.
I'm pulling for the 12s, man. I'd like the blowout.
Yeah.
All right, B-Wall, we do like a top 5 here.
Love this.
It's presented by Yoder Smokers.
Okay.
Are you into like smoking meat, dude?
No, but I love it when I love it when someone does, and I get to eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's electric.
Yeah, it's electric. I don't know how to do it.
So one of the things I've struggled with is in our era. Let's go our era only.
All right.
This is the 2013 team. Top 5 Seahawks.
Of the 2013 team?
Yeah. It's a lot harder than you think.
Don't
look at me. It's a lot harder than you think.
Why?
Because there's about 12 guys you can put in.
But I'm going to lean way heavy defense because that's
fair.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Luke Willson is one, though. He's offense.
Stop.
Luke Willson.
Stop.
Wait, hold on. We're taking us out of this, right?
Yeah, of course.
We're not allowed in this because we're 1 and 2 easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, okay, cool. Besides us, number 1, I'm going to go with Cam Chancellor.
Okay.
I really am.
Love that.
No.
See?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's easy. It's easy.
No, I'm going to go Bobby Wagner. I got to go B-Wags
I love
at
Bobby.
1. I got to go B-Wags. Look at his career.
Oh, okay, no. I'm talking about on the team, not career.
Oh. Well, I mean, okay. Well, best of all time is Bobby Wagner.
Yeah,
of anyone on that team.
Not best of all. Yeah.
All right, at that time. I'm going to go to Cam Chancellor.
Cam.
I mean, he was the guy. He was the glue. He was the glue. He kept it together. Cam's number 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with – dude, you're right. This is hard. I'm going to go Marshawn, too.
Okay.
I'm going to put Marshawn in there, too.
Okay. There's a guy you haven't named yet that I'm getting upset, but we'll see who put it 3.
Okay. I'm going to keep going defense. And the problem is, it's like I want to group all these guys together. I want to go Earl and Sherm. I do want to do that, but you got to go.
Earl
has to be there. He has to be 3. I'm going to put Earl at 3.
Thank you.
The safety's at 3. Is that the guy you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, this is a strange one. I don't have a relationship with Earl.
Yeah.
Like
I went against him every single day, one-on-ones in practice.
This guy did so many things in practice where I'd just be like, how? How did that just happen?
It's like a missile. That's what Earl is.
I've never seen a dude cover a football field as quick as Earl.
It's incredible. And just the way he had no regard for his body. Oh, my God. Just missile head first.
And he's not like a physical specimen.
No, but, man, he's strong.
Yet he hits so fucking
hard. God. There's 2 dudes on our team that I'm so happy I never had to play against, and that's Earl and Cam.
Cam is a freak, dude.
No,
I got hit by Cam, not even full beans, just like kind of let me know when I was younger. And I remember, like, it's one of those hits you felt in your spine.
Yeah.
It was in practice, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's
so,
just, all right,
Sherm's a 4.
3?
You put Sherm in there.
Oh, Earl. Sherm 4.
Who's 5?
Man, 5's tough because I don't want to leave someone out. I mean, you could go to.
You haven't gone Bobby yet.
You could Bobby. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Max
stick with
Unger?
defense. No, yeah.
Doug?
No, I mean yes, but no.
Russ?
Can we go top 52?
No.
53?
Who's 5?
Top 53.
KJ's another one? KJ.
I'd put Bobby in front of KJ. KJ's phenomenal, but
KJ doesn't get enough love for that team.
He doesn't get enough love. No, he does not. I mean, that whole linebacker crew though was so good. Those guys were incredible. The defensive line was so
Malcolm Smith
good.
won MVP
How about Michael
in the Super
Bennett?
Bowl.
Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill,
Red Bryant.
Brandon
Mebane.
I mean, we're naming everybody.
Okay.
5's tough because I just don't want to leave anyone out.
So leave 5 out so you never get jammed.
Yeah, I like that.
Last thing I'll say, tell me this annoyed you. This has kind of annoyed me quite a bit in the media. All these comparisons of being like, oh, this seems like the Legion of Boom. This seems like the Legion of Boom. This seems like the Legion of Boom. No, and this is no shot at any. No, they're fucking not.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, and I'll elaborate on that. Look at what the Legion of Boom did. Cover 3, beat us. Beat us. We're going to play cover 3.
Every play.
Come at us and try to beat us. You know what we're giving you and see if you can beat us.
Yes.
And teams couldn't. This defense is talented in their own way.
Yeah.
But it's mostly more of a
scheme
and putting guys in the right spot to succeed that week against what the offense is bringing. And it's so schematical that it's just different, man. But Legion of Boom was just, you can't beat us. That's it. That was what they were. And it doesn't mean one's better than the other. It's just it's so different. It's tough to compare them.
Can I add one fun stat? I'd also say Legion of Boom has longevity. 4 straight years of lowest scoring defense. The year we won that, we gave up 14.4 points per game. B-Walt. 14.4 points per game?
Thank you for saying this. I had an argument with a lot of guys on the broadcast crew a few weeks ago, and they're saying, this has got to be the best defense in Seahawks history, stuff like that. And
Who said that? Light them on fire.
No.
Who
Can't
said
do that to my guys. Can't do it. It's going to be. They said they should be compared to the Legion of Boom. Okay, and I said I won't even get in that conversation until they win a playoff game, and then let alone a Super Bowl. I said I'm not going to get in that conversation because they've done it in the regular season, but you got to win the big ones. And here they are. They're making the name for themselves. They are there. They're in the situation. But the 4 straight years is huge.
4 straight years.
Going to 2 Super Bowls, going to the playoffs 4 times. That's just different, and that takes
statistically,
and that's tough.
The offense Seattle has right now is better than our offense.
They're so good. Yes.
So it's like, I don't want to take shots at our own squad here,
yeah.
but like, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Love this defense, but Legion of Boom, historic. B-Walt, appreciate you coming on Film Never Lies, big dog.
Luke, this is awesome. You're doing fantastic, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Wear
that ring more.
Yeah, I got to get it out. All right, we're back with a special guest now. This is Dr. Michael Gervais, and let me kind of set the stage here. Doc was our sports psychologist in Seattle when we won the Super Bowl, and a personal friend of mine, a guy that has really, I thought, took my mentality to the next level, completely aided my career. And Doc, I mean this when I say this, I still use a lot of what you taught us, because it wasn't just me, in like my everyday life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's like candy to hear that from, 12, 14 years ago, whenever it was.
Yeah. So, and you're back working with the Seahawks.
Yeah, this year. This is my first year back.
So we'll start with the fun stuff. How has that been, first year back? They're in the Super Bowl, surprise, surprise. How's that kind of been back working for Seattle?
I think the origin story is the best place to start. Is John Schneider, the general manager, called and said, hey, listen, we got a really special coach. And I'd love for you to come back and see if we can pull together the culture that Coach Mike MacDonald has in his mind and his heart. And will you assist with that? So I met with Coach Mike, and I was like, oh, there's something really special about how he's processing and working and the vision he held for the culture. And he had all the ideas, but didn't quite have it hanging together in a way that would be simple for others to understand. He's really smart, okay? And he's got a lot of good ideas. So we worked a lot to be able to structure the culture that he wants. And I'll tell you what, day one with him is such credibility because he's a truth teller. And one of his core principles is through, not around.
Through, not around.
So we need to have what we call like knee-to-knee conversations and eye-to-eye conversations.
Yeah.
And we just got to like have the conversations sometimes. And so it's an honest culture in that way.
Wow. So it's funny because, and again, I'm just going to give you my personal side of this thing. One of the most amazing things following this team that I've thought about beyond on the field has been the fact that I was a part of a lot of those Seahawks teams that were very successful.
Yeah.
And Pete Carroll, thanks to yourself, thanks to John Schneider, thanks to a lot of the leaders on that team, we had at one point an electric culture, But
well, hold on.
Yes,
electric culture. I'm sure you've told the story enough, but I got to tell the story about you. Okay, so
I don't know which one you're going to tell right now.
I won't tell those. But the heartbeat that you brought to the team during all of we had some savages.
Yeah.
We had some hard to handles.
Yes.
We had some surgeons. we had our hands full, and you somehow would create a presence that was elevated, was fun, that was just open the aperture for people to like really drop in to be their very best. You made a massive contribution in the culture at the Seattle Seahawks, certainly during the championship run.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
Doc,
yeah.
I do. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me, man, especially coming from you. How difficult was it to create something that has obviously led or been a part of such success in Seattle so quickly? Like, I was worried for Coach MacDonald when he got hired. I'm like, Pete is a tough coach to follow, not just from the success he's had there, but the fact that he is a one-of-one human being.
That's right.
His mentality is something that I've never been around. This is my favorite Pete Carroll story, and I have a feeling this is not going to surprise you.
Yeah.
It's my rookie year. I will never forget this. And I told him this, and it was just like, my rookie year, we had just got the 1 seed. I'm 23 years old. I had rolled the ankle, and we got the 1 seed, get the week off.
Yeah.
I was walking up the stairs to the cafeteria. Seattle, it's end of December, beginning of January. I'm wiping my eyes. Treatment, you got to go in early. I'm like, man, we don't even have a game this week. Pete Carroll's walking the other way. Me and him are the only two guys in the vicinity right now. Again, I bet it was 5:50 in the morning.
73 years old, 72 years old.
He's shaking with excitement. I look up and I'm like, morning, coach. Again, I'm a rookie. Like, I didn't have the relationship I have with the coach now.
Right.
And I said, how you doing? And he looks at me. He's like, ready to rock and roll, baby, and just zips down the stairs. Yeah. Nobody's there. And I remember sitting there, I'm eating my scrambled eggs at breakfast, being like, how am I not like that when I'm 23?
Yeah.
Like, this guy had such a zest for life. And again, you can comment on the Pete story because I know you have a lot more than I do. But how did we get from there to be able to create and Coach MacDonald have his own culture like that?
So I want to plus one this because I think this is fun to talk. I mean, Pete's special, and he's made a massive impact in both of our lives. And there was in Pete Carroll's office, music was blaring. It was like always a thing. Down the hall is John Schneider's office, and there was occasionally music, that would happen from there. And there was this moment where I'm in between, I'm adjacent to Pete's office, and he comes flying out, and he says, "Mike, can you feel this?" And I was like, before I knew what was happening, like the music, what are we talking about? And he had this intensity about him. And before I could answer it, what he was pointing to was that there was 100 and some noses pointed in the same direction. There was an energy. This was 2 months before we ended up going to the first Super Bowl and winning. And before I could say anything, he goes, "We got to write it down." And I was like, yeah, we got to write it down. So kind of on the back of a napkin, he wrote down his stuff that he was magical at to create a culture of high performance. I wrote down the stuff of like, what are the best practices to train your mind to be your very best, the overlap of the two. And from that moment, we built a business together. And we took those practices into the corporate world. So you've got a moment where you're like, I need to be like that.
Yes.
Like that. That
changed my life.
Yeah.
Swear to you, it changed my life. Walking up the stairs with a sprained ankle.
In the same way, it changed my life that I got to build a business with Coach Carroll to show enterprise companies how you can train as an employee base, just like we trained at the Seahawks.
Yeah. Real quick, there's a couple guys behind the camera that hear me say this all the time, and I always use the term machines don't get tired. Okay, and it's a bit of a joke. I say it in jest, like you just turn them on, they go. But I basically, throughout the years, took that from Pete, because I was like, I've never seen this man tired.
Like he is a machine in that way.
Yeah, I've never seen him tired. No. I've never seen him not positive. Not once. And the other thing that's crazy is he's never caffeinated. The man doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah, so
he just wakes up on fire.
But no, but he's trained it.
Interesting.
So think about this. Like, our world right now, most people are pretty tired.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's a lot going on. Certainly in the United States, there's a lot going on. People are overwhelmed, fatigued, stressed, tired, full stop. And when you think about things that are toxic, when you worry about things that could go wrong a lot, when you are pissed off and angry, that is like you open up the carburetor. Remember a carburetor?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, not everyone does.
I got
right?
all the notes, man. I'm telling you.
When you open up the carburetor and fuel just runs through your engine, you've just wasted a lot of energy if you're in that negative, toxic state. That doesn't mean that you need to be positive.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of hard things that we got to solve together. But when you train yourself to find what you can control and what you can do to your best ability to make the impact that you want to have, you end up not spending a whole lot of extra energy. So you have more available resources to deal with stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the best in the world tend to do it.
It's epic.
Is it?
It's
now,
epic.
Now let me go back to
Yes.
Coach Mike. Pete had a culture that you built with him. And then Coach Mike, what has happened at the Seahawks over the last 2 years is that Mike made a commitment to be himself. Full stop. So there's nothing hyperbolic. There's nothing corny. Mike is just doing himself. He knows himself really well. He knows what's honest and what's not honest, and he is following a through line of what is honest. And when you are around somebody like that, you're like, oh, well, then I should be honest too.
Yeah.
So now we've got a culture of people that are really being honest with their work, with the words that they're using, with the way that they're framing things. It's just really honest. And that is Coach Mike's one of his many sources of brilliance. And it's just the culture is now kind of pulling forward from that place. And then he was very clear. This culture is going to be about chasing edges. We're going to go right to our edge.
Okay.
Because at the edge is where you get the unlocks. And it's hard to get up to get to the edge. You know what the edge is. Like in your cycling now, that edge is where you kind of get some adaptations. You get some new stuff.
Yes.
And that the whole culture is built around Let's be honest. Let's move right to the edge because that's where the unlock happens, and let's work through it together. And so, the boys are feeling a certain way about how they're going to be great teammates day in and day out.
So it's, again, as you know, I'm doing a lot of, I usually suit it up, but a little more hardcore journalism with TSN.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, it's hard for me to quantify about the Seattle team, has actually been listening to JSN. I thought it was like this moment after the NFC Championship game, there was an interview and he said, I told the boys before the game, I will do anything that is needed to help this team out. And if I could make one gripe of some of the later years of my Seahawk career, and I'll even go back, and I don't know JSN, when he got headbutted from Lenore and just kind of put his hands up, those two moments for me, I was like, they've captured something over there. Because if there was one knock, again, not on the years we won, but the years we started slipping a bit, was I felt like agendas were kind of always creeping in, rearing its head a little bit. When I'm like, when guys, your best players are acting like, hey, it's bigger than me. I'm like, that's pretty special. And especially in this league, with all the distractions, all the contract talks, everyone's got their own issues. When JSN acts like that, to me, it sends volumes where it's like you can't act like anything else if you're a player on this team.
The answers are in plain view for all great teams. And let's take a look at the Seahawks. What is being built right now is that they are making a fundamental commitment to be great teammates to each other.
God.
There's a process. I'll keep it out of like this conversation to avoid a competitive disadvantage maybe that I don't want to give them, or a competitive advantage, I should say. But they are making an honest commitment to be great teammates, and they're taking time to invest in the relationships in a really uncommon way. So when you see that behavior, he's not just thinking of himself, he's thinking about the implications that's going to happen for the rest of the boys. And not everyone's great with it, as we saw the last game. It almost cost us the game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so, we don't need to bring that forward. We all watched it, but we navigated that well, as they navigated that extraordinarily well also. So, yeah, it's a really fun time.
Special.
It is special. And I think that no one knows how the game is going to go, but I'm pretty sure that the boys are, honestly competing for each other. And that's a really special thing.
And powerful.
Yeah, it is.
And powerful. I got to ask on a personal one. So I know you won't remember this, but anytime, and I love to tell this story, but the NFC Championship game my rookie year against San Francisco, I can't come out of Rice, and I was like, man, I've never worked with a sports psychologist before, and we had talked, because you were in the building every day.
Hallway conversations, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I don't know if scared was the right word, frightened, being like, you start playing these games in my mind where I'm like, that week we're playing our rivals. We had never won the Super Bowl. Legion of Boom had this historic year. I was one of the few offensive rookies playing. And I'm like, Luke, I remember saying to myself, if for lack of a better term, and this is how immature my brain used to be, if I fuck something up, I'm done here. I had built this moment up where I'm like, I am cooked. I will never be okay. That's how I know listen, this was young me. This was young me.
But those are real thoughts.
That was a real thought I had.
You are not alone in that type of thinking.
And I remember being like, I got to go talk to Mike Gervais about this. We had probably an hour conversation, and one of the things you gave me, which I used the rest of my career, and I wrote it on every opening 15, was, what are your three things? And in those moments, come back to your three things.
That's right.
And it'd be so simple for me, where some of them would literally be like, depending on who we were playing, this week for me it's pad level. I'm 6'5.5". I got a DN that's 6'2", a little bit more of a thumper. I know how to win this because I can out-athletic him, but if I'm high, I'm jammed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
is that still the play?
Oh, it's always the play. Put yourself in a position of leverage and power, meaning that, so there's all types of things that you could focus your attention on.
Yes.
Thousands of things that you could entertain. And what you and I were doing in that moment is we were sorting out, what are the three things that are always 100% under your control, and if you do those well by focusing on them, it's going to be pretty good.
I'm grading out above 90.
Yeah,
100%.
Right. Yeah,
100.
Really
that would be my thing. I'm like, if I have, again, it might be pad level. If it was on the road, snap count, it changed every week.
Yeah, but it's what you wanted to focus on that was 100% in your control.
Yes.
And that's the keyhole to unlocking other stuff. I do it with my son. He's 17.
Yeah.
He's playing like some pretty competitive volleyball. Every day, every game, or every practice. Hey, son, what are your 3 things? What are your 3 goals, basically?
Yeah.
So, yeah, good, man.
I got
That's
one
really
more
fun.
for you, and then I
Yeah,
swear I'll let you
yeah.
go. My other one that I think about this on a daily basis.
Wait, I'm going to interrupt you. Does your community know about like Dr. Bob?
No, we haven't gotten that. We haven't. I got a photo of Dr. Bob though. Actually, yesterday, I got a photo of Dr. Bob yesterday.
At some point, you need to tell your people
that
about...
might come. That's like a season 2 podcast
okay,
chat.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
good. Okay, good.
I'm glad you brought that up. One of the cool things, and I'd just like to share for some of the listeners, one of you told me once was, I was talking about negative thoughts. And I think your answer wasn't like, you're much more articulate than I am, but you said you're like, so what? And I remember being like blown away, or like, oh, so you're in the middle of a game, you have a bad thought. It's like, just let it pass through your head.
Yeah.
It's the dwelling on the thought that is going to jam you. And I remember like for my career, and I'll use this, we do a lot, like we're filming right now, but I come in live with Jay Onright, who's biggest names in Canadian sports media, and it's bullets are getting flown.
Yeah.
This year, a big one for me was the Grey Cup. I don't know how familiar you are with the Grey Cup. It's the Canadian Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Probably the heaviest live lifting I've ever done in an event.
What is live lifting?
Like slang is in like the content we're doing is the hardest.
Okay, got it.
For a live show.
Okay.
And I remember like you kind of have these moments where it's like, oh, like, what happens if I stumble a word? What happens if I forget this? And I'll just be like, dude, you let the negative pass right through my brain. It's like in one side, out the other.
I mean, that idea of like, there's thousands of thoughts that we have. We're not perfect. We're not machines, back to the earlier thoughts. So we've got weird thoughts that are come from long ago, and they just kind of bubble up. And like, my job is to be aware of it and like entertain it if it's cool.
Yeah.
If it's helping. And then the ones that are not, just be like, yeah, see you later.
I said, I'm telling you, I'll be, Doc, I'll be sitting there on TSN, big game, Bills are a big thing, primetime game, and like if I have one negative thought, that's exactly, I'm like, well,
see you later. That's not going to help me right now. Get back to the assignment.
Correct. And for me playing, it was like pad level, back to pad level.
That's it. If you can play with your thoughts, I mean, you're kind of like not stuck in the first person experience of it. You're just able to kind of float with it and be like, oh, I see what's happening. And that takes time, though. I mean, you ought to also appreciate how much time you've invested in your psychology to be able to be good with it. That takes time. And the thing that I'm most excited about what's happening in the world right now is that there's only 3 things we can train as humans. You can train your craft, you can train your body, and you can train your mind. Okay? And the best of the best of the best, like yourself, Super Bowl winning tight ends are not leaving any of those up to chance. They're deeply investing in all 3, and that's available for everybody.
Yeah.
Whatever your craft is, it could be parenting, it could be entrepreneurship, it could be business development, it could be speaking publicly. We all got to take care of our carriage.
Yeah.
You can also train your mind, and it's not complicated. You don't have to go to a shrink.
Yes.
Right? You don't have to do that, but you can put your mind through a process to know how to speak well to yourself, to know how to breathe, to calm yourself down. And like, I love the time we're in right now because people are really wanting to invest in a better way.
Yeah.
And I think the mind is part of that process.
Absolutely. And Doc, there's going to be a lot of people watching this at TSN. Social media-wise, where can they find you at?
Yeah, I appreciate that. At Michael Gervais. Kind of like Ricky.
Yeah.
But not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not spelled. We'll,
you guys know
Producer
Gervais.
Rob will get this on here. Yes, we do.
You guys know Gervais.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
When I say that in the U.S., they're like, how do you say it? What is that?
No, we know Gervais well.
Yeah, you know
Gervais. Yes.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. You are a legend. We talk about you with like big smiles when your name comes up. You have left an imprint on everybody that you meet. Thank you for including me in your community today.
I appreciate that, Doc.
Yeah,
love you, man.
Yeah,
Good
love
seeing
you,
you, man.
Yeah, man. That's
awesome.
awesome.
Thank you.